Everybody's biggest fearful secret right this second is the jail of their happiness.
So 3 years ago, I was diagnosed with stage 3 testicular cancer. No, it's okay. I'm doing very well now. I went through 5 rounds of chemotherapy. After that, I ended up having a 12-hour surgery to remove 11-centimeter tumor in my small intestine. After that, I went to a 2-week coma. I had complete kidney and liver failure. After that, I went to cardiac arrest. Had to completely learn to walk again. I was in the ICU for 60 days. And I dropped from 185 pounds as a personal trainer to 110 pounds in a matter of about 9 months. Over the past 2 years, I've really just regained myself through watching a lot of your videos and also just having some amazing support and health and fitness and faith in whatever anybody believes in. And my question to you is, it's my turn now to give back to the world. I've been given so much in my life that it's now my turn to give back to everybody else. And sometimes it's really hard to share your most vulnerable things in life. And I'm sometimes very fearful to share a lot of the things I went through. And I know you talk about just sharing and being very vulnerable because that's how we can relate to all of you guys. And I just wish hope you can give us a tip of how to get over that fear of sharing your most vulnerable things in life, because everybody here has a story. You can relate to somebody in life and with your story, and by sharing your most vulnerable things in life, that's how people relate.
Are you asking me because you're looking to find more angles to motivate others, or are you asking for yourself?
I know I shared a lot to you, but for me and for the audience, because I know for a lot of people out here, they have amazing stories to share, but sometimes it's really hard to share their most vulnerable things in life. And I was just wondering if you can give me a tip to overcome that fear in doing
the acknowledgement of it. I think the thing that I've come to realize in the last 4 to 5 years as it's become a bigger theme is everybody's biggest fearful secret right this second is the jail of their happiness. 100%. But a lot of people don't even realize that's happening. They think that's protecting them. And so this becomes a monster game of judgment. A monster game of judgment. And I don't have a tip. What I'm trying to do is bring awareness to it, right? Like, if you study how we've eliminated stigmas in our society, it's by bringing awareness to it. And that's what I think a lot about when I hear that question. When I'm with the closest people, or if it's one-on-one, I just always ask them, like, what? And usually it's only 4 to 5 people that they're worried about. Like, they don't love the judgment of Sally Pants 89. They really don't like the judgment of friends and acquaintances. But the reality is, the reason they're not sharing their deepest shit is it usually involves a core 5 person in their life. It's actually, for humans, easier to share your story because it's agnostic than making a video and saying that their father sexually abused them, or that they don't love their spouse, or that they stole a lot of money once, or it's hard for a lot of people to go there because the judgment of others is a framework we all live in.
Yeah, I think for me, the hardest part is, I have a massive scar, and a lot of people sometimes worry what they think. And me being very fit when I was, back in the day,
that was your identity.
It's very hard to share some of that, share my actual part of me now.
You know what I think about this? Do you remember in high school when you had a zit? You thought about that shit heavy. The reality is nobody gave a fuck because they had their own fucking zit. And that's how I think about all this shit. I think people would be flabbergasted by how nobody really gives a fuck. What makes it super easy for me with all the, attention I have is ultimately, I know you don't give a fuck. You can't, it's not your fault. You have to worry about yourself. We watch some of the most iconic people. Look at the society we live in now. Iconic people that have brought so much value in whatever they do, pass away, they trend on Twitter for 4 hours, they get a little love maybe on an Instagram post, and the next day everybody moves on with their life. That's liberating. Nobody gives a fuck about the scar on your stomach, bro. Because we have our own scars in different ways. That's my answer to why it's so easy. You're welcome.